Hi everyone, welcome back to Pine Hollow Auto Diagnostics. This one is going to be interesting. 2002 GMC W4500 dump truck built on an Isuzu platform, and the powertrain is the older 5.7 liter Vortec V8 with the spider injection system. So what's the story with this truck? Owner said he was driving it, and then under load he started losing power. 15 minutes later the truck stalled out, never started again. He said he found by this blown out exhaust, the exhaust gases were so hot he went up here and melted a harness. You can kind of see it through the hole. So he fixed up the harness. The truck still did not do anything. No crank, nothing with the key. Then he found fuse is blown. He said this big mega fuse behind this box, mega 175 amp fuse, but as far as I can tell that goes over here to this hydraulic pump to raise the bed. So I don't see how that could do anything with anything in terms of getting this thing started. But here we are, got the boost or the jumper hooked up, battery charger 13.5 volts. And on this one, A, I don't have service information. B, I don't even have internet here. So we're just gonna have to play it, play it by ear, see where it goes. Alright, so we're inside the cab. I'm standing like this because we're tilted literally 45 degrees forward. Let's see what it does when I turn the key. So he said the gauges are dead, but it does crank. It definitely cranks, okay, but everything else is dead. Horn works, wipers work, cigarette lighter works. So with the key on, I found a fuse box here behind the glove box. Let's just take a test light from battery ground and check all the fuses, because there's not many fuses and we don't have service info, so we got to start somewhere. See if stuff is getting power or what the heck is going on here. Make sure that little red light stays lit. So test light works, we have a good power and ground. Let's start checking fuses. Alright, here we go. So the key is on. Let's go one by one. Heater, nope. Air conditioning, nope. Engine ignition, nope. Automatic transmission, dome light, tail light. Oh, we got one good one here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down. Dome light works. Tail light also works. Stop light is good. Let's see if I turn the key on, will that go out? No. So the stoplight's a battery positive feed. 20, so headlight. If I turn the headlights on, yep, that turns on. Then we have on this side, wiper washer. Yes, that works. So I'm wondering if I turn the key off, will that disappear? It does. Great. Generator, cigar lighter, or no, that's 1, 2, 3 PCM accessory. I don't know if you guys can read that label. This one's good. Number 4. Cigar lighter obviously works. Power source works. Fuel pump works. Hazard and horn definitely works. ABS battery power works, and starter, if I crank this, yes, that works. So which ones are we worried about here? The first few: heater, air conditioning, PCM, engine, AT solenoid. Alright, the first 5 fuses should be lit up with the key on. Now, I think that would be easy to figure out, but we need some service information. You know, this ignition switch, how does that control all those fuses? Is there some kind of relay? So the problem is going to be simple, but without proper service information, I don't know how long this will take to figure this out. You know, what's under here? Oh, we got some relays. Okay, I don't know what's what, but yeah, we have to start somewhere. Alrighty, let's get to it. So what I want to do right now is just to do a simple bypass test and see which fuses are on the same bar or bus bar or coming from the same relay. So I have a 4 amp test light from battery positive, and through the test lamp I plugged it into one of the fuses. So I took out the PCM and the engine fuses right here. Let's see, these two 20 amps, and I put my test light, so I'm feeding positive voltage into this pin. Now with this test light, the little test light, to ground, I want to see if any of the fuses came back to life or on that bar. And indeed, looks like the neighbor came back to life and the AT solenoid came back to life. And then the heater is not on. Even if we, you know, turn the key on, that's still off, and that's still missing. But these 3 fuses, to get this thing to run, we need power right here. So that's what we can do. Let's try this. Let's take out the AT solenoid fuse and plug in the PCM and ignition fuses, and then feed power right here. So the transmission will be, you know, offline, but we'll see if the engine starts and runs. Alright, so this is interesting. The AT solenoid fuse is out. I'm feeding power into here, and even with the key off, see, key off, nothing. Key on, the test light lights up fairly brightly, but not full brightness. And this is on 5 amp setting. So the PCM and ignition fuses draw more than 5 amps. That's why we're having a pretty substantial voltage drop across the bulbs. So what I want to do now, I know there's no short circuit, install an actual fuse, maybe 10 or 20 amp, and feed power right into here through a fuse. Will be safe, and see if this thing will start up. Alright, so I popped all of these relays out. What I'm noticing is on terminal 30, it should be battery positive all the time. Nothing, 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 nothing. And that one is lit up. And which one is this? Well, the control for that relay is only on when the key is in the on or accessory position. So that must be the accessory relay. But all these other ones are dead in the water. So with the key on, let's check. You know, I checked all the pins. Not a single pin here is hot, which is crazy. There must be. Oh, okay. So that pin right there is hot. Let me turn the key off. See if that disappears or not. And key off. So that seems to be hot all the time. Huh. Strange, because this should be pin 30. That's 87. We need a wiring diagram, seriously. Alright, here we go. So through a 30 amp fuse from battery positive, let's see if something happens. Keys on. I heard the fuel pump run. This thing better fire up. There you go. Okay, so now we just need to figure out what's wrong between the ignition switch, the relays, and this fuse box. But easier said than done with no service information, no wiring diagrams, no internet. I'll check if the owner maybe has a service manual for this thing. Or what we could do is see now which one of those relays. If the load pin is hot, we'll know at least which relay it is, and we'll go from there. Alright, so with the engine running, we even have fan, so everything works. We've got the odometer over there. So, which, you know, now on all these relays, these two pins are hot. That pin is hot. Nothing there. And now that pin is hot. So what if we shut the engine off? See, we can't shut the engine off because we're still energized here. I just want to see which pins shut off from the ignition switch. Like, does that one shut off? It does. So I'm going to pull my fuse out. Okay, that shut off. That's still hot. Just don't understand the layout here. You would think pin 30 would be the hot one. So we know this is probably the ignition relay. Alright, so the truck starts and runs if we just jump these two pins on this relay. That must be the main relay on this truck. Turn the key off, obviously nothing happens. And if I unplug this, boom, off. So we're very close. We're dealing with a control side issue on this relay. Now, with a test light from battery positive now, my test light's right here. These two control side pins both light up. So one of them is going to be a constant ground, I'm sure of that. But the other one should come on when, or the test light will turn off if we get positive voltage on that pin coming from the ignition switch. That is what is not happening. So, see, they're both still grounded, even though, you know, there's probably a backfeed somewhere. So now we have to figure out which one of these pins is a direct ground and which one is not. So how do we do that? We could try a 5 amp test light. If it's super bright, that's a direct ground. If it's not, it's going to power something up. We'll see which, which one of those two pins is the control side, power side switched. Alright, with a 5 amp test light, both of these pins are hard grounds. Wow, did not expect that. Alright, so I'm doing a quick check on the ignition switch, and it's a 4-pin connector, 4 fat wires, and the positive pin is going to be this one, this black with a white stripe, white with a black stripe rather. So I'm feeding through a 5 amp test light from battery positive voltage into here. Now with this test light connected to ground, we can check what each one of the pins do. It should be 3 settings, accessory, on, and start. So for example, this one, put my test light in here. So key is off, accessory, on, start. So that's the start wire. Now we have 2 more. The blue wire, accessory, on, start. That's the accessory wire. And finally the ignition wire, accessory, on, start. So the ignition switch itself is perfectly fine. It's doing what it should. We have a good power feed here, but we're not clicking the relays on and off, which is interesting. And without a wiring diagram, the problem's between here and the relay. Okay, but we can't go too much further. Alright, so here's the final temporary solution. Instead of the relay, we're going to be the relay. Made a little jumper. Plug that in. Fires right up. So until we can get a wiring diagram for this thing, you're just gonna have to shut it off. Keys off, just shut it off like this. Alright, well that's it for this one. The owner wants me to do a follow-up if I can find a diagram for this thing. If anyone has a diagram for this thing, you can send it over. I'll leave a link in the description. But hey, we got it going, so that's what counts in the field. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.